Any parent can tell you how many differing opinions there are about childcare. Each generation seems to have their own set of do's and don'ts when it comes to raising babies. So here are 10 horrifying things that people used to do to babies.
Brilliant news!
Number 1. Fed with dirty bottles. In the Victorian era, it was in fashion for mums to feed their babies with rubber-tubed bottles. The bottles were very hard to clean, and it was suggested that washing them once every 2 weeks was plenty, hence the nickname. 2. Photos from the grave. When cameras first became popular, it was fashionable to stage photo shoots with deceased family members, where they were dressed and often propped up to look alive. 3. Booze for the baby. Throughout history, alcohol has played many roles. At one point, it was the closest thing to anaesthesia out there. And at other points, parents thought alcohol was a reasonable way to chill out their kids. Cheers! Number 4. Toilet training. These days, the common agreement is that kids need to be 2.5 to 3 years old before they're both emotionally and physically ready for it. In the late 19th century, however, someone decided that babies should be potty trained as early as 2 months and urged parents to use soap sticks to force them to poop if they couldn't. 5. Not strapped in. Early car seats were basically just baskets that were more about letting the child see out the window than being safe. Often, parents just held their babies on their laps in cars or let them crawl around in the back seat untethered. 6. Lard baths. When babies are in the womb, they have a waxy substance coating their skin, and in the early 1900s they started washing the babies with either lard, olive oil or butter to scrub it off. 7. Forcing solids. Today we try to avoid feeding babies solid foods until about 6 months. They're not ready to digest it and it's a bit of a choking hazard. But in the 1950s there was a trend starting on solids as early as 2 days, which the mothers preferred to breastfeeding. 8. Window cages. During the Industrial Revolution, a lot of families moved into apartment buildings without any outdoor space. Concerned that their kids weren't getting enough sunlight, they would attach cages to windows on the outside of buildings. Problem solved! 9. Avoid holding them. In the early half of the 1900s, it was suggested not to hold babies for fun or you'd produce a little tyrant. A 1929 infant care pamphlet suggests that a baby should learn that habitual crying will only cause his parents to ignore him. 10. Angry milk. In the late 1800s, it was believed that the mother's thoughts could be transferred to her baby through her breast milk. So it was advised not to poison them with angry breast milk if she was thinking bad thoughts. It was believed that angry milk caused colic. Oh, and that breastfeeding past 9 months could blind mothers and cause the baby brain disease. Which of these crazy practices surprised you the most? Comment below!